Hey, what is up guys, my name is Fire. Now in this video I want to talk a bit about the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer beta. Now I got to play this game yesterday for about like 3 to 4 hours. I was playing, not too long, but I do have a little bit of experience with the game finally. I was waiting an entire week for this game to come to Xbox and it's finally here. So in this video I want to talk about my first impressions on the game and overall how the game plays, how it feels, and overall is it going to be a good game. Now as soon as I went into my first game, I immediately noticed that this game feels a lot like Black Ops 3. It felt a lot like the first time I picked up Black Ops 3. Now I don't think this game is like basically a copy of Black Ops 3. It doesn't really feel all that much like Black Ops 3 after I started playing it a bit more, but it had the initial feeling of when I picked up Black Ops 3 for the first time, which is a good sign because I ended up loving Black Ops 3. It had just this awesome feeling to it. Like whenever you pick up a new game for the first time, I guess you can get this with pretty much every game, but I didn't get this with something like Infinite Warfare, and Infinite Warfare I didn't go on to really enjoy that much. So this game, so far, my first impressions are, it's really good. It has a really nice feel to it. The weapons feel good, they feel fast, it feels like a Call of Duty game. It feels like an old school Call of Duty game and it feels awesome, so it does. It's sort of like an old school Call of Duty game mixed with new school graphics with an old school setting. It's really hard to describe, but a lot of YouTubers have been saying, especially like people like Alia, T Martin, Prestigious Key, anyone like that have been saying as soon as you get hands-on time with the game, it feels a lot better. It feels like a very good game, and as soon as you do get hands-on time with the game, it feels so much better than it does to actually look at and watch YouTube videos on. The feel of the game is awesome, and I think they've got that down very good, and that's one thing I love about Call of Duty, that pretty much every single Call of Duty game gets right. I think Infinite Warfare was one of the only ones that didn't get that down too right, but this game so far, absolutely amazing. I'm loving the game so far. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and overall I think it's going to be a really good COD. Now so far I don't really have too much complaints with the game. A lot of the things that people have been complaining about, in my opinion, I haven't really been noticing, or they haven't really been bothering me. Now one thing that probably would have bothered me was the 100 kills in Domination, or the 50 score in Domination. It's been now increased to 100 for the second weekend. Now considering I didn't get to play the first weekend, I didn't really get to experience this. Honestly, I think I kind of would like it better at 50, and the reason is Prestigious Key even talked about this in his video, saying that it basically makes people go for the objective more, and it promotes more OBJ play. So basically people, instead of going around trying to kill whore, which generally happens in Domination, people will actually go capture the flags, defend the flags, kill people off the flags to get more score, to try to get them score streaks. And honestly, you can still get score streaks if you play the objective. You don't need to necessarily just get kills to get your score streaks. So I understand both sides of the table, and honestly I kind of would like it to stay at 50 so people will play the objective more. Me personally, it would probably drive me to play the objective more. That's something that I really do want to do. I do want to play the objective more, but I usually just find that I want to flank the enemy and get more kills, and that's usually more in my mind and more focused than actually trying to jump on the flag and usually end up dying. And the other thing is TDM 100. Now these are just minor things, so keep in mind I don't really have too big of gripes about the game, but TDM 100 is something that I don't really like too much. It's basically, TDM is supposed to be a fast game. It's supposed to be a game where you get in and out, and TDM 100 doesn't really do that. It increases it and it makes it feel a little bit more drawn out. Whenever you get past that 75 kill mark, or whenever you're about around the 70 kill mark, you just feel like, I want this game to be over now. And at 75 kills, it ends perfectly at the perfect time, right before as you're getting bored of the game, but it's not too long, so you're not getting bored for too long. That's my opinion on the whole thing. I don't like TDM 100 because it's right at the wrong timing, because you're sitting there playing the game and it just feels like it's drawn out too much, and I don't really want to play the game anymore. I like in and out fast games like that, and that's one thing I loved about TDM, and that's one of the big reasons why a lot of people love TDM, because it's a fast game mode, unlike something like Domination, which can take between like 10 to 15 minutes. But regardless of that, that's pretty much all I have to say about the game so far. Another thing is SMGs are very dominant in the game right now. I think rifles or shotguns badly need buff. That's another thing. SMGs right now are extremely dominant. I also think the grease gun might need a bit of a buff, and the PPSH might need a bit of a nerf. Honestly, I don't think the PPSH is overpowered to the extent of like the SM1 or the BAL from Advanced Warfare, and that was one of my big worries about this game. But I do think it might need a little bit of a nerf. I guess it kind of is balanced at the same time because it has quite a lot of recoil, and it's supposed to kill fast up a close range or around them close to medium ranges. That's where the weapon's supposed to perform good. But compared to weapons like the Type 100, the grease gun, even the WAF, considering the WAF has an extreme amount of recoil. I do think it's a little bit too powerful and might need a bit of a nerf. Anyway guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to smack that like button down below and subscribe for more Call of Duty content. And yeah, I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.